Hello everyone, I'm John, and I really wanted to just do like a quick video talking about the whole Spider-Man situation with Marvel's Avengers. So first off, let me just start off by saying, like, I am so excited that he's in the game. Like, that's really, really dope and really, really exciting. I honestly didn't think that that was something that was gonna happen. I really thought that because of Marvel's Spider-Man, the Insomniac game, that Crystal Dynamics and Square would just like shy away from trying to do Spider-Man like just at all and completely. But I'm really, really glad that they decided not to do that and that they decided to put him in the game. That's really cool. That's really, really exciting. I'm really interested and excited to see what their take on him is going to be like, and you know, how he's going to play in that game. I know it's going to be very different from Insomniac Spider-Man just because of the nature of the game, and it's a very different game. So I'm interested to see what they do with him, and I hope it's really, really good. With everything else, it seems like they're doing a pretty good job with the heroes, and I've seen some moves that they can, you know, use from other characters and tweak from other characters that could easily transfer to Spider-Man. So I'm really excited and interested to see that. But I'm not really here to talk about Spider-Man just being in the game. Y'all know that. Like, everyone knows that now. That's not news anymore. It happened yesterday while I was at work, and it was really exciting to see. But anyway, that happened yesterday. I'm more here to talk about the situation that has been brought up because of that. And if, you know, PlayStation is anti-consumer, if this is anti-consumer, if this is, you know, shitty and awful and scummy and blah, 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 blah. And honestly, my opinion is probably not going to be a popular one, because honestly, I don't see a huge issue with this at all. Sony and Marvel have had a long-standing relationship when it comes to Spider-Man, when it comes to movies, when it comes to TV shows, when it comes to video games. You know, people talk about, oh, well, Sony only owns the rights to the Spider-Man movies. Yes, that's true, but the fact of the matter is that they've had that long-standing relationship. There have been, like 5 Spider-Man movies that are not in the MCU, and then 2 Spider-Man movies that are in the MCU, still produced by Sony. Sony and Marvel have a long-standing relationship when it comes to Spider-Man, yes, on the movie side, then also on television show side. You know, they've been talking about, oh, I forgot to mention Into the Spider-Verse. Like, Into the Spider-Verse was also hugely successful. And I brought up Into the Spider-Verse because after Into the Spider-Verse came out, Sony started talking about TV shows that were based off of Into the Spider-Verse that were centered around Spider characters and Spider-Men. So that's happened on the TV side. And then, you know, with Marvel Spider-Man from Insomniac being a PlayStation exclusive, like, that was an extremely successful game. So Sony and Marvel have a, yes, tumultuous when it comes to the movies, but they just have a good and successful relationship across the board with Spider-Man. So this does not surprise me at all. And honestly, this was something that was talked about when the game was re-revealed at E3 2019.
And we're excited to be partnering with PlayStation to bring some awesome surprises to the PlayStation audience, including early beta access and unique benefits that we'll be revealing in the future. Unique benefits that we'll be revealing in the future. Unique benefits.
Like they said back then that PlayStation would have exclusive features and exclusive, you know, they have a deal with PlayStation and all these other things. PlayStation would have exclusive content that Xbox didn't. Now, I will agree that it is on Square and it is on Crystal for not, you know, reiterating that, other than just the betas coming to PS4 first. They really should have pushed that fact more and reminded people more that PlayStation is getting exclusive content. So if you want that exclusive content, get the game on PlayStation. I agree that they should have, you know, promoted that more and advertised that more. But the fact of the matter is that they have been open about this. This is something that they have said. And I remember back when they said that after E3 2019, people were saying, oh, Spider-Man's probably coming to this game and it's probably going to be exclusive to PlayStation. And nobody was really sounding like they had an issue with that. But now that, you know, it's been confirmed that PlayStation, that Spider-Man is only coming to PlayStation and it's a PlayStation exclusive character, everyone's acting brand new. Everyone's acting like, oh my god, this is the worst thing that has ever happened. Like, this is so scummy. This is awful. How dare PlayStation? How dare Square? How dare Crystal? How dare this game? Like, blah, 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 blah. But But the fact of the matter is that, again, they've been open about this since the beginning. And this is also nothing new to games. Games have had exclusive characters to one console before. The games have had exclusive content to one console before. This is nothing new. People are only pissed because it's Spider-Man. And, like, I hear that, I understand that, Spider-Man's, Marvel's most popular character. He's the most famous and recognizable character, even after, the MCU and everything like that. Spider-Man has always been Marvel's most recognizable character. But this is kind of the deal when you buy a console. You know what I mean? For me personally, when I buy a console, I think of, okay, this past generation, what console exclusive have I enjoyed? Have those console exclusives been on this console? Or have I been looking over at the other console and saying, damn, I want that exclusive, I want to play that game, I want that content that they have over there? If that is the case, I will switch over to that console generation, or switch over to that console. You know what I mean? And Alex and I were talking about this yesterday. Alex said the exact same thing. He originally had an Xbox at the beginning of this console generation, an Xbox One. But at his whole time having an Xbox One, he looked over at the PlayStation exclusives and said, damn, I wanted that. Damn, I want to play that. Like, damn, that looks so good. You know what I mean? So he switched over and he got a PlayStation. This may make me a dick and may make me sound like a dick. But the only people I really feel bad for are the people who are not the ones buying their consoles in their house. You know what I mean? The kids who are, relegated to whatever console their parents get them. The people who have to share their console in the household. So, they wanted a PlayStation, but everyone else in the household wanted an Xbox. So, they were overruled. The people who did not make the conscious decision of buying that specific console, or didn't have the choice to buy a specific console, those are the people I feel bad about, or feel bad for. And that is a raw deal. That sucks for them, and that's awful. But the people who made the conscious decision to not get a PS4 or not get in on PS4, like, I don't really have any sympathy for. Like, this has been the case. This is the case for consoles. Like, this is the case for exclusives. This has always been the case for games. And the only real reason people are pissed about this now and saying that it's anti-consumer is because it's Spider-Man. But again, this makes perfect sense in my mind. It just makes perfect sense, period. Is this a little bit anti-consumer? Yes, like, probably. But if you're going to say that about this, you need to take that further. Having specific consoles are anti-consumer. Having console exclusives are anti-consumer. Having exclusive content is anti-consumer. Like, gaming is anti-consumer. If you were going to say that about this, you have to take that the full 9 yards. You know what I mean? And, sure, okay, all of those things could be and are maybe anti-consumer, but that's the industry, you know what I mean? And yeah, it sucks. Like, it sucks that he's only coming to PlayStation. That sucks for PC users, it sucks for Xbox users, but that's the situation, and people are saying, well, what happens if, Xbox gets an exclusive Wolverine or Scarlet Witch or whatever, like, yeah, that would suck, and I would be like, damn, I really wanted to play as Scarlet Witch, really wanted to play as Wolverine, but I would also accept that, that is the fact of the matter. But also the fact is that Microsoft does not have that type of relationship with any of those characters. It doesn't have that type of relationship with Marvel in general. Sony does. So this makes perfect sense, and I understand that it is mainly and purely, not even mainly, it is purely a business decision from Sony, but it's a really, really good one, and it makes perfect sense. And once again, Square and Crystal have been open about this since E3 2019 and since the game's re-reveal.
Unique benefits that we'll be revealing in the future.
They said that the game would have exclusive content and exclusive features on PlayStation 4. They've said that. Us not remembering that, or people not remembering that, I mean, yeah, it's kind of on them a little bit, but also, they did say it, So I'm not mad about this. I am not frustrated, and again, that's probably and might be because, I have a PlayStation, but I feel like my reaction to this, if I didn't, would be, damn, I wish I had a PlayStation, and not, wow, PlayStation and Sony are anti-consumer, this game's gonna be trash because Spider-Man's not coming to it, or on Xbox and PC, etc., etc., etc. None of that. It wouldn't be that, because that was never my reaction growing up when I did have an Xbox 360, you know, when my parents did buy my console and I didn't have a choice. That wasn't my reaction. My reaction was always looking over at PlayStation saying, damn, I wish I had a PlayStation. I wasn't sitting there like, God damn it, you know, like, this is awful, like, oh, fuck this game, blah, 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 blah. Like, I didn't say that for Arkham. When they revealed that Joker was going to have like his own map and you were going to be able to play as him and have his own missions and etc, 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 I didn't sit there and say, you know, oh, this game's trash, I'm not supporting it, like, this fucking sucks, like, blah 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 blah. I was like, damn, that fucking sucks, I wish I could get this on PlayStation, you know what I mean? And people are saying like, oh, well, Spider-Man's probably gonna have his own story missions and blah blah blah. No, he's probably not. They didn't say any of that in the reveal blog post. You know, they said he would have his own specific challenges that you could play as, and, you know, they were trying to make him, you know, their own take on him, and, you know, have him, you know, it'd be cool that he's teaming up with the Avengers and all that stuff. But they never said like, oh, Spider-Man will have his own exclusive story beats and his own exclusive story missions only on PlayStation 4, and it will play into the larger Avengers story that Xbox users just can't experience. They never said any of that. And if he is going to be a PlayStation exclusive character, period, and it's not a timed exclusivity deal, then they're probably not going to do that. It's probably going to be a situation where it's like, okay, cool, I can just play as Spider-Man on PlayStation. You know what I mean? It's probably not going to be a situation with Hawkeye where he's going to have his own storyline and everything like that. But I mean, I'm rambling at this point. I'm not mad at this. Again, I may be biased because I have a PlayStation and I was planning on getting Avengers on PlayStation, but I'm not mad at it. Does this suck? Kind of, yeah, for Xbox and PC users, but I'm not sitting here saying like, this is anti-consumer, this is shitty, this is blah 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 blah. I'm not saying all of that, because that's the deal with consoles. That has always been the deal with consoles since like consoles were conceived. There are going to be things and content in games that other consoles don't get. I recognize that, and I accepted that, and I probably accepted that because I was a kid who grew up with not having the consoles that he wanted. You know what I mean? Every time I wanted a PlayStation, I got, you know, a GameCube, an Xbox, etc, 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 and I had to wait to get a PlayStation. You know what I mean? So again, I'm rambling, but I don't have an issue with this, and I recognize my opinion's probably not popular, but, you know, that's the deal with consoles. But, you know, let me know how you're feeling about this in the comments below. You know, this video is probably not going to be a very popular video, but it's my opinion and my thoughts, so let me know how you feel about it. Do you think this is anti-consumer? Do you think this is a shitty deal, etc, etc, etc? And then, you know, we can maybe talk about it and interact about it in the comments below. But yeah, let me know, and I hope you guys are having a great day, and thanks for watching my little rambling rant video. Yeah, bye guys.